Two Dumb Guys with your hosts, Heath B and Barry P.
I'm the B and you're the P.
Facing tough topics.
So cheese first then chips, or chips then cheese?
With no solutions.
Oh no.
And no qualifications.
School.
Welcome to Dumb Guys Talk About Smart Stuff. We are coming to you with our Alien Extravaganza with special guest Phil, dropping some knowledge here.
This is a special episode, and it's one we've been waiting on.
We've been twiddling our thumbs until this episode came up, so...
We've been promoting it to our friends, telling us it's going to be our best one ever, so we got to deliver.
You got to deliver, Phil.
Okay.
You got
Okay.
a high bar to reach. So, Heath, what are we talking about today? Get us going here.
Well, today in general, we're going to talk about UFOs, but I think we're going to start with sightings. And I thought, why not start with the classic, Roswell?
Boom.
Roswell's a good one. Mm-hmm. I mean, and it's not just a sighting; it encompasses everything, really. It's kind of what sparked ufology in the United States.
It is, and you know what really, because I always thought it was in the 60s, when I looked it up, was it 47, 46?
1947.
47.
Yep. It was like around July 3rd or something like that. Mm-hmm. Early July, I think.
Early July. Yep.
Yeah, it kind of came in an era where you wouldn't suspect the people of the 40s to believe in UFOs. But it kind of spread like wildfire at the time.
Yeah, it did. And there's a lot of aspects to that story that can kind of lead you to think, kind of believe in maybe some cover-ups.
Yes.
The government's, kind of caught on to what's going on. And a little bit got out. And they're like, whoa, pull it back.
Too much.
Yeah, too much,
little
too
bit
soon.
Was too much.
So let's cut this down.
The general theory that it was a crash?
That's the general theory. I mean, basically, let's run down the story here, Phil.
Okay.
So, 1947, there's a reported crash site on
a ranch.
On a ranch.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Air Force is called out to check it out. The top dog out there he was on, what was it? He was on the group that flew the nuclear bombs, right? He was on that.
Yeah, it was my understanding though. What happened was when that happened, the crash happened. The ranch, or I can't remember his name.
Brazel, yeah.
Rattle.
He actually took some of those pieces to the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
Sheriff couldn't determine heads or tails of it. That's when
they called in the Air Force.
That's when they called in the big guns.
Now, is that where the description of like the aluminum foil type stuff comes from?
Yes.
Which you hear see
the
in a lot of
Mylar
movies?
balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting interview this made.
Well,
yeah, it could jump this conversation we have, but let me just say there's an interesting interview with Bill Barnes on paranormal podcast. It's just whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I recommend you guys, whoever, check that out.
And what's that conversation about?
And that conversation is about how the U.S. government, Air Force, Army, whoever was there cleaning up that site, how they couldn't tell what a Mylar balloon was. Yeah, right. They know what a Mylar balloon is. It's not a weather balloon.
Yeah,
that crashed.
I've seen, skeptics come out and say this was a weather balloon that was put together with Scotch tape, purchased from a craft store that had like little pictures on it, and that's what they mistaken for alien freaking spacecraft parts and an alien hieroglyphic.
Yeah.
So
it's really inconsistent. No matter how you look at
you
it.
can't. I'm not saying that an alien spacecraft crashed at Roswell because I have no proof that says it did. But I'm saying it's pretty hard to believe that these Air Force personnel could get freaking craft tape confused with something from outer space.
Correct.
So you're saying somebody probably knows out there.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there's a prequel, right, to Roswell, about Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Which is because Roswell, we're talking post-World War II. Battle of Los Angeles is, was that shortly after Pearl Harbor?
Correct.
Yep.
And that's a little bit less known, but yeah, early 40s, freaking army shooting at something in the sky unidentified.
Yeah.
5 people died or something like that.
Yeah,
crazy.
mostly from heart attacks, that sort of thing,
Yeah.
car wrecks.
Yeah, heart attacks and
Kind
car
of
wrecks.
just the general confusion from the military shooting stuff in the sky around Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah.